Hello YouTube friends, Dr. Teresa here again. Well, it looks like we have another expectant father. This is going to be another short video. I didn't get a chance to talk about how the male seahorses are actually the ones that host the eggs and hatch out live baby seahorses or seahorse fry. We know it is the male and not the female receiving the eggs, just because scientists have analyzed the reproductive organs of females and males. Basically, the female deposits a tube into a pouch that the male has. It's a little hard to see here, but this guy, he's got a bit of a belly, and as I mentioned in the previous video, his pouch is pink because the eggs that the female deposits into the pouch, those are red. And from the perspective of the pouch showing through, I'm just trying to move the camera so we can get a better look at the male here. He is hiding himself. Anyway, it does look pink in the pouch. It looks like he's resting up pretty good. So now I have two expectant males, which is interesting because I've had the seahorses a few weeks now, and I know I was working to get the water parameters correct, so I did a couple of tricks and they seemed to be working. Even though the seahorses were flirting, they never actually followed through with the mating. So to imitate or simulate their natural conditions, I caused fluctuations in the water temperature and salinity. The salinity I had was up on the higher side, probably right up around that 1.025, and they have fluctuations above and well below that in nature, and they get caught in tidal pools and things like that and still manage to reproduce. So I thought I'd imitate the natural environment, and every time I did a tiny water change when I would vacuum the bottom, I would replace the water with ice cubes. The ice cubes caused the temperature to drop maybe a degree, possibly two, in a short amount of time, but not a drastic change. Let me see if I can get him back in the camera again. He just disappeared. But anyway, between the ice cubes dropping the temperature and slowly bringing down the specific gravity, it seems to have worked. I'm also going to show you, I have some new additions to the tank. Let me see if I can find one for you. Not seahorses. Oh, they are a little hard to see here, even though they're right in front of me. I have, I believe it's pronounced, there's one, Nassarius Snails. These are safe to put in a dwarf seahorse tank. They will eat the detritus at the bottom of the tank. I just got them and put them in there, and they're already making themselves at home. I'm curious to see, with the slime left on the wall, I'm assuming that eventually those are going to be eggs that will hatch. I don't know how that works with snails. Guess I'm going to find out. But anyway, I'd be curious to see if any hatchlings from the snails end up becoming food for the seahorses. So things are moving along well. Let's see if we can see some other seahorses. Here's a nice female. Not sure where the other expectant father is yet. I'm just going to scan the tank to see what we can see. There's another snail on the back wall. And I don't see any of them on... Well, here's a couple more snails. I don't see any of the seahorses in this yellow here, or... Oh, there's one at the bottom of the seahorse tree. That might be the expectant father, the other one. There we go. Yeah, there's a little bit of a belly, so I think he's one of them. So anyway, things are going really well, and as you can predict in a future video, we're going to be featuring some seahorse fry. I don't know if I'll get the opportunity to capture the delivery. If I can, I definitely will, and I'll post it. And if we get any future mating rituals that I happen to be home for, I'll try to capture those too, because I know that's a fascinating thing to view and understand. Again, this is going to be just a short video enjoying the seahorses, their environment, just commenting, yep, there's a lot of algae starting to grow. I am totally okay with that. That's actually going to help the tank remain stable. That means that the water parameters are in good shape. I may have to swap out some water for nitrate reduction, but other than that, I think we're good. And like I mentioned before, I actually want some algae to build up on the back wall. You can see some there starting to build, because that is just one more place for the copepods to hide that I've been trying to integrate in there. Oh, there's one of the males swimming. You can tell he's got a little bit of a belly there. Very exciting. Oh, there's a female on the coral. She just blends right in. Can you see it? It's sort of in the center of the screen. Sometimes you really have to look. And other times you can only notice them when they move, but she's a beautiful girl and she just blends right in with that white coral. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for joining me as I experiment. I have many ideas. Please feel free to send in a comment. You may notice that the comments have to go through a vetting process. I don't allow people to post comments freely. I'm not so much worried about any comments that might be criticizing or giving tips, but just inappropriate comments. It seemed when I opened up the comments, I was getting a lot of solicitations that were sexually related or other kinds of sales pitches that were posted as a link, and I just don't want that. So I'm happy to review your legitimate comment and let that get posted. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time.